The Farmer's Last Seed. Hello dear, welcome to another motivational video. I hope you like this videos. So let's start. Once upon a time, in a land where green fields and golden crops were nourished by a winding river, lived a farmer named Rahim. His land wasn't vast, but he was incredibly hardworking and full of faith. Every grain of his harvest seemed to carry the essence of his sweat and love. Yet for several years, nature seemed to have turned against him. Drought and floods repeatedly ravaged his crops. One year, the situation became so dire that Rahim had no harvest left. He reached into his seed container and found it empty. Only a single seed remained, the one he hoped would allow him to start anew next year. That solitary seed was his last hope, his final dream. His wife and children were hungry. Other farmers in the village had already given up, many leaving for the city in search of work. Doubt crept into Rahim's mind. Should he eat this one last seed or plant it? What if another drought or flood came? Then everything would truly be lost. But the farmer within him spoke differently. He thought, my job is to sow the seed. Giving the yield is up to God. The next morning at dawn, Rahim went to his field with his shovel and that last seed. The sun was just beginning to peek over the horizon. The touch of the cold earth brought a strange peace to his heart. He carefully dug the soil, placed the seed, and then covered it with earth. After planting, he poured a bottle of water on it, which he had managed to save with great difficulty. There was no fear in his eyes, only firm belief and hope. He knew he had given his best. Months passed. A dark cloud of despair hung over the village. But Rahim felt an unusual peace. He went to his small plot every day to check on the seed. The villagers would laugh at him, saying, "What good will one seed do, Rahim? Have you gone mad?" Rahim just smiled. He knew that faith was the most potent fertilizer. One day, dark clouds suddenly gathered in the sky. Within a few days, heavy rain poured down. All the villagers were astonished. Rain after such a long time. The very rain that would have caused them so much harm before now seemed like a blessing. Rahim's small field was drenched. 2 days later, when Rahim went to the field, he saw an amazing sight. A tiny green sprout was peeking through the soil. His eyes welled up with joy. From that day on, Rahim began to care for that sprout even more diligently. He tended to it every morning and evening, and that sprout seemed to be repaying Rahim's faith and hard work. Day by day, it grew larger, becoming green and vibrant. The villagers watched in wonder. The time for harvest came. Rahim's small plot yielded so much produce that even he was surprised. Such an abundance from just one seed. His granary was full, and smiles returned to his family's faces. The other farmers in the village asked Rahim the secret to his incredible success. Rahim told them, "I only gave my last seed, and I believed that if I gave my best, I would surely receive its fruit. Nature or God never lets your best efforts go unrewarded." This story teaches us that even when we face the fear of losing everything, if we invest our last ounce of strength, our last resource, or our last bit of faith by giving our absolute best, we will undoubtedly reap the rewards. Because the universe never turns away our dedication and hard work empty-handed. All we need is unwavering faith and persistent effort. How did you find this story? Would you like me to elaborate on any part or perhaps offer another one?